You're here, hopefully you're here for the session from the Florida Virtual Campus, Engineering for Success. We're going to share the tools that we have available for you to help your students prepare, find, and succeed, and hopefully head towards a career, a university, the world of work, success in general. My name is Nashla Daware. I'm the Student Services Coordinator for the Florida Virtual Campus, and we're going to do this back and forth, so hopefully I don't end up talking with the clicker.
Hi, good morning. I'm Lisa Close. I'm a student product architect at the Florida Virtual Campus. That's a fancy name for project manager.
And my lifesaver. So this is what we hope to share with you today. We want to give you an overview of our new site. As of Monday, Tuesday, we have a new website. We're very excited about it, so we're going to share some of the best features with you today and certainly invite you to visit and use it afterwards. We are going to hope to share with you some of the student services that you can use with your students or take back to your school, and then have some room for discussion or questions at the end. But again, if you feel the need to ask a question or make a comment, certainly raise your hand and we welcome that. So if you've not visited our website recently and you go there after this session, it will be a new site, and this is what it looks like. It's a little bit different, but certainly an improved site, a great new look, and it's an interactive site. It's a responsive design. So if you're working with your students from their phone, their mobile devices, you can certainly use it. This is different, and how many of you have visited the website before for the Florida Virtual Campus? Okay, a few of you, wonderful. So it's different in that it is focused on the student. It's the main audience that we focus on is the students, anywhere from K-12 to really finding a career. And so you'll see that on our new site, there are what we call the three main buckets: go to college, succeed in school, and find a career. The go to college bucket is really focused on our K-12 population of students, as well as any prospective students looking at going to college. Succeed in school is for current college students or dually enrolled students who are looking at taking a college class in high school, and then certainly find a career. We're going to share some of those resources with you today under that. Lisa, do you want to?
Sure. Sure. So a critical part of this that you may not notice from the new website that was pretty prominent on the previous website is our partner portal. This is where administrators or counselors go. You can see that we have, for our K-12 guidance counselors, we had the Florida Counseling for Future Education Handbook, some of the PDF files, college and university library resources for the staff that need to go in and make changes there. Transient student application information, common prerequisite manuals. All of that's on our partner portal, and that can be found at the bottom of the website.
All right, so how do we help our students prepare? And again, these are all free tools that you have available to use with your students. We're going to run through some of these resources, and we definitely have much more on the site. Here's one of the first resources we'd like to share with our partner portal. Know the admissions requirements. So if you're helping your students look at higher education or even a career or a technical path, we do have the Florida College and Career Planner. It is a document where they can find out sort of all the information that's dispersed everywhere in one place. It is a collaborative effort, so the Department of Education in Florida comes together, the state university system and the Florida college system come together to give us this information. We have information there about bright futures. If you're from Florida, I'm sure you're familiar with this. Students can also plan their graduation path towards, again, higher education, a technical path, a career path, based on their diploma option. So at the end of this planner, you'll see something that looks like this. This is an interactive worksheet that you could pull up and use with your students, where they can map out the classes that they'll take to, one, ensure that they're going to meet the requirements for graduation, depending on the diploma option that they use, and two, also be ready for college or a career path, depending on that as well. So it certainly takes that human interaction, but also this should be a useful tool. Yes?
Quick question, since I've seen this document in previous school years, will this be at all interactive, or is it mostly, is it like a fill-in-the-blank PDF, or is it just going to be printable and then?
That's a great question. So we're going to show you a tool that you can use to complement this, and we've gotten a couple of comments about this planner that I think are pretty encouraging for us to continue to work on making this interactive, even to the point where students can scroll down and say, well, what are my options for social studies, and pick from there. Right now it's a manual document that you can fill in, so they wouldn't necessarily know, well, what falls under social studies or what falls under humanities. But that's definitely a great. Right, yeah, so you could still fill in the PDF with some of the top fields, but the bottom part is the manual entrance, so yeah. We also have the college checklist available, and that's a comprehensive list of all of the pieces a student needs to follow to get into college or to follow a career path. It starts from the 9th grade all the way until hopefully college acceptance when they graduate from high school. So this is another tool. We do have printouts of all of these materials up here, but you can access them on our website for free, and we're happy to always personalize them for your school as well. This is the college and career readiness evaluation that you can use for your students in conjunction with the planner. And this is very specific to Florida students. They can log in with their Florida student ID, their last name, and their school district and learn what they've taken, what they have remaining to take, and how far they are. So when they log in, this is what it looks like, and this is an improved version that we're hoping to launch here in the next couple of weeks. But under each tab, they're able to see a detailed view of their progress in high school. And so if you're familiar with what a degree audit looks like for college, then you can see this information for each high school student. It is as accurate, oh, well, there's the tabs up there, I apologize. Can you hear me? Okay. Yes. So again, under each tab, they should be able to see a detailed listing of their progress in high school, all the way until the end when, is that just me? Yeah. All the way until the end where they can see how their academic profile compares to the state university admission profiles and determine if they're ready for college entrance or not here in Florida. This is also an interactive tool. We're going to have a link from here for you to be able to print. So if you have a counselor or a teacher working with a student, they can type in notes. We understand that each district has their own requirements in addition to the state requirements, and so this is a great way for a counselor or a teacher to add in any volunteer work, any additional requirements of the district, or follow-up items that they need to. So this is going to have a print version as well as the space for you to fill in any additional comments that you want to add for your student. The way this evaluation works, if you're wondering about the accuracy of the data, typically you send transcripts to the Department of Education, and from there, the Department of Education actually evaluates those transcripts and filters them based on the requirements for that student for the cohort they belong in. So if they're part of the 2014, 15, 13, 14, and so on. So depending on their requirements, the year they're in, the DOE evaluates that, and then our job is to show it to the student. So we sort of put the pretty interface there, but just know that this is sort of how it works. It is as accurate as the information we feed it. So if a student says, well, my ACT scores are different now, or I'm missing this class, and it was a recent change, we may not have that if their transcripts are not submitted yet. But we do have a daily feed for this. So we get data updates daily. And this is a live system, so it shows immediately after that. If you want more information or you want to test it out, visit our booth. We can show you what it looks like when you sign in and try it with a test student. Or if you have a student that you'd like to try it out with, we can show it to you.
You have a question?
Yes.
I was just curious, when is the earliest a ninth grader could log in and see something for their record? Would it be the second semester, or would they actually see, shortly a month after they start taking
I imagine it would depend on the district's timeline, but it is as soon as we receive the first transcript for that student, we have a record there and they can start working off of that degree, not degree audit, progress report. So, yeah.
Okay, so you've got all your credits in order, you've got your GPA. Now your kid says, where do I want to go to school? Where do I have the best options? So this is a new part of our website. You would go to the Go to College, and we have Explore Colleges and Universities. It's a really good place for your student or parent or advisor to start. What we've done here is we've instituted institutional profiles. We've taken the best information that the university websites or college websites have and condensed it into the information we think your students or the parents or advisors need to know. So you don't have to go out to the websites and kind of dig through and find out what you need to know. We've all pulled it all together in a profile format for you. So if you click on this link, you can search by keyword. You can say, okay, I want you to stay home, honey. Where's a college near us? So you can do the near location. You can limit it by degrees offered. There's all kinds of options. But for the purposes of this demonstration, we're going to look at Broward. So the first thing you do is I type in Broward. I know I want to go to Broward. I've heard great things about Broward. Here's a little synopsis about, I can see that they offer 2-year, 4-year degrees. It's a college, the cost here, the region, all kinds of information. That's just, okay, well, I want to know more now about Broward. So here's a YBC Online, gives you a quick information about that. Okay, so what's the student body like? What kind of stuff do I need to know? We've introduced some graphical interfaces here because we know students and maybe some parents don't read everything on the screen. So you can see a quick breakdown of the student body here, enrollment status, diversity, gender. That's okay. And then if you want to keep looking even further, go ahead now. Here's some breakdown on cost and financial aid. And then campus life, are there sororities, fraternities, on-house housing options. And then in the last part, we've pulled all of those key contacts because that's what's really hard to find on websites if you've been to university and college websites. So you've got all your contact information for athletics, careers, disability admission, and athletics. And then you can see on the side, there's all kinds of facets on the left. You can look at application deadlines. You can look at campus life. There's all kinds of ways to filter it down to the specific information you're looking for. Yes?
So far, this already looks better than anything else I've seen on the web. You're trying to drill down into college information. I'm curious, did you guys make the effort to build all these profiles yourself, or did you utilize some third-party data?
Yeah, we pulled a lot of the data from the institutions, and then the institutions can now go in and fill in more information. We pre-populated it, and now they have access, and they can go in and fill in the information.
Excellent. Is there any thought to possibly add your college university mix, perhaps the technical centers and colleges?
Yes, we're going to expand campus level. It's the next. But those are great suggestions. This was just our first run to get it out there and start with a high level. And as we, have time to build it and get input from the colleges and campuses, we'll continue. Even the privates will be here at some point. Okay, so now I've figured out what college, but do they offer the degree I want? I don't know. We had this option too. So under Go to College, we looked at the college and university profiles. Now you can even discover degrees. My child really wants to major in engineering. I don't know who offers engineering degrees. So we can click on Discover Degrees. And then I'm going to type in engineering because I know Johnny's been talking about being an engineer since he was 5 years old. I've got to find a college in Florida because he got bright futures. We want to focus on engineering. So I'll type in engineering, and we have this intuitive drop-down menu that even filters it. Did you mean engineering management? There's other options here. But we're just going to stick with engineering for now. And you can see that it pulls up all the colleges and universities that offer a degree in engineering. So now I see that Daytona State offers a degree in engineering. Florida International University offers a degree in engineering. I can go on the left side where the facets are. I can change it. I just want to get a bachelor's. I don't want a master's. I just want a certificate. I can go here and filter it however I want to do it. So we think this is a really powerful tool for kind of really focusing in on what you want to take and where you want to take it. Okay.
think the next piece is succeed. And so this is an additional set of tools that we are in the process of developing as well. And we're going to ask for your feedback here in a second. But part of it is developing a suite of services for academic success. And so how do we help your students once they're in school, once they've gotten to college, if they choose that route, or even if they're in your classes, how do we help them be successful? And so this is a suite of tools that we have available. We're continuing to add to these note-taking skills, time management skills, study skills, test-taking skills, and so on. Our hope is that with your feedback, we can continue to develop these. You can personalize this. It's hard to see on that slide, but at the top, you can add your school, even your school logo if you wanted to, a counselor for a follow-up or a teacher for a follow-up in the student's name. So if you're looking for ideas to give extra credit in classes for your students or do some follow-up things with the counseling staff, you can certainly use these tools. We have a few printed here up front that you can grab for samples, but they're accessible online. Our goal is that in the future we can continue to develop more, including choose a major, choose a career, and so on, to complement some of the applications that we have available on the site. The last bucket that you'll find on our website is actually in development. We have some great exciting news that are coming in the future, so stay tuned. But in addition to choices and military career information, we've also included Beyond Education. If you haven't visited that website, it's beyondeducation.org. And you're going to have to help me remember. Florida Department of Economic Opportunity. It's a wonderful resource, has information about employment, income, and so on. And so if your student is looking at the bottom line, looking at something more tangible, this is really a good website for statistics, graphical information regarding employment and all that. So that's also on our website under Find a Career.
I think most of you have been asking, well, one of you has been asking questions, which we're happy to hear. Heather works with choices, so she has a lot of interest in this and a lot of questions. But do any of you have questions about what we've covered so far? I know some of you are not from Florida. You're kind of peeking in to see what we're doing. You're from other states. Which state? Yeah, I'm just kind of curious. Are any of you from other states? Or where are you from? New York. Do you have something similar to this in New York? No? Oh, okay. Good. Well, welcome. Okay, so one of the things we want feedback on is how can we best support you and your organization? Not New York. I mean, we could, but for Florida, we would like to know if you have suggestions, any services that we can provide for you to support your mission. Is there anything missing? We've already gotten a lot of really good feedback. We're going to take that back and see what we can implement. But if you can share that with me now, that's great. Or if later on you think of something, if you'll go to the next slide, you can go to our website. We have a help desk, and you can email our help desk. We like you to contact our help desk, or I've got cards up here. Nashla and I have cards, because then we can track it and make sure it gets to the right person, and we can follow up with you. We put all the materials that Nashla mentioned on our website, on a website we created, and it's the flvc-fetc.org. You can also call us. We have chat available. However you want to contact us, we're available here to help you. So just let us know. And if there aren't any questions, yes, ma'am. Absolutely. Yeah. Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. One thing I didn't mention is we do have an online course catalog. It would take a long time to get into there right now, but it's all the colleges upload their information. They're required statutorily to update that on a regular basis. So all the colleges and universities that offer online courses are required to upload them into our database. And we make that database available through this website, and you can go in there and actually some of the new features we just implemented are seat availability. So you can go in there, look for your course that you need, find out if it's even open, there's still seats available, and then you would register through your institution. So, did you want to say something?
I was just going to comment on Heather's, and you know, it's nice from my point of view. I'm new to Florida, and so it's nice to have that resource where all of the institutions are our partners, and it's nice to have that sort of a little bit of competition sometimes. If they say, well, this one school has a really cool profile, and they've uploaded all of their information, it's nice to have them all collaborating with us. I think we're lucky in that sense. So.
Yeah.
Great. Anything else? Any other questions, comments? I think we're going to be available at the booth
Here for a little while if you want to come chat.
as well. Yeah.
All right, there's also handouts up here. We have our business cards. Thank you all so much for coming.
Thank you.
Appreciate your time.
Great. Thank you.
Enjoy the rest of your